It's showtime.
Who are these socials?
Taking down the other podcasts one by one.
Who are these socials?
That clip is why people make fun of you.
With Karl
This is all just for the radio.
and Mike.
We don't have business to take care of.
Who are these
We are
socials?
the number one podcast on the internet today.
WATS.
Welcome to yet another episode of WATS, the show thousands of people come to answer the age-old question, what's the deal with social media? This is the only podcast about social media that will be charging Canadians and Mexicans more to watch. I'm your host, Karl Hamburger. With me, as always, is Mike Geary, a.k.a. Blind Mike. What's up, Mike?
With all the phone call recordings I hear going on, I'm hoping to be back under investigation by the FBI.
Very possible.
It's my dream finally coming true again.
You know, there are rumors going around that Rob Saul nods off on air and he's only drinking beer, and that I won't read your super chats. The latter is simply not true. I do read every super chat that comes in, and as you know, I don't read so good. So if you'd like to take advantage of our super tip system, go to supertip.gg/WATP, and there you can have one of the fine people that we talk about on the show read your super chat to us. Participate in the show in that way, and it supports the show, and we appreciate it. Supertip.gg/WATP. You know, it's come to my attention that my voice is not good. We were doing WATP yesterday. People were chatting with us as me, and it's off.
Oh, come on.
I think I need to redo it.
It's AI. They can't capture the magic of your voice.
Well, yours is good, though. I think yours is pretty on, right?
Mine's not bad. It has an inflection that, like, it's an impression of me where it's always doing a certain cadence, I guess.
And you've mentioned that no one can do an impression of you, so
I haven't heard a great one, which is surprising. I like Tukey's. It doesn't sound anything like me, but
Tukey's the best me impression as well.
yes, yeah.
He's good at that shit.
Here it comes. The pre-banter, all of its grandeur, Karl and Mike.
The way we start this show is different than any other podcast you've ever heard. Mike and I start off with a little bit of conversational pieces, a couple topics that we bounce around. I like to call it banter. And no one does it better than me and Mike.
Talk! Do you badger at me? Do you badger at me?
And
You almost slipped into it without warning everyone, which could be very dangerous.
I know, I apologize. We have a lot to get to today. I'm trying to move quickly. Now, I am consumed with the Dabbleverse this week, so let me apologize. This is a show that tries to stay on the outside of the Dabbleverse for the most part, but there are things that seep in. If you are a fan of Who Are These Podcasts or the Blind Mike Project, you know about this cast of characters, and of course, a lot was going on this week. The Kate Meanie tapes with Rob Saul and Stuttering John this week. But more importantly, we have to talk about this MLC event in Atlantic City that was on and then off and then on and then off. Like, Chad's gone through a roller coaster of emotions over the last 12, 24 hours. And if you're not following along, they were going to do this show called Kill Kevin.
Yes, very innovative idea.
Yeah, where they're like, let's do a live podcast. We'll charge $20 a person. We'll do it at a beer hall that's a mile and a half away from the Borgata where everyone's hanging out in Atlantic City. And we'll have amateur comics come up, and then Kevin Brennan can tell them they suck at comedy after they do a little bit of their routine.
Right.
And this guy, Blade from Win by Two, was going to take care of all the tech issues and get everything set up to make sure everyone's going to enjoy it. And that they could also have super chats on the show, and they could do a whole live podcast online.
Oh, they could have super chats. That'd be fun.
Oh my gosh, so fun. That's amazing.
The live audience would love to hear what Anal Fissures 68 has to say.
So I was, along with others, one of the early people to say the show's not going to happen. This is going to be a disaster. They're not going to be able to pull this off. And lo and behold, I was correct. Now, I don't know if you watched Chad's show today.
No.
Okay. Chad posted a show that said, Kill Kevin's back on. That was the name of the show. That was the thumbnail. And he comes online and he goes, actually, nope, it's off again.
That's good marketing. Keep canceling it so no one really knows. Because then they'll buy tickets in hopes it happens, you know?
So Chad comes on, and yesterday was a debacle because it was Chad and Kevin. It was actually, I complimented Chad. I sent him a note today. It was the best episode I've ever seen of a Chad Zumach podcast.
Oh, it's nice.
Because Chad and Kevin were having a meeting about this live show they should have had a month ago off air about logistics and who's doing what and how they're going to do this. And Kevin was getting so upset with Chad. It was just berating him. And Chad was just like a sad puppy, just going, come on, we can do this, though. Think about the super chats, though. KB, the super chats. We got to do this.
Why are super chats an element of this live? Won't there be people there that can say insults that they can read?
Yes, but they don't get $5 from those people who yell out insults.
Oh, put a tip jar out. Say, hey,
They could have.
$5.
Well, they charge $20 a ticket, but they can only sell 60 tickets, and the $1,200 was not even covering their costs. So they said, well, we'll do a live show and we'll take super chats.
That's too bad because it seems like such a good idea that no one's ever thought of before.
Well, I was really looking forward to it. I did not want this to get canceled. I was hoping that would happen. I have a lot of friends who bought tickets for it who are looking forward to this. So I didn't want this to get canceled. But Chad comes on his show today, and guess who he blames for the show getting canceled?
I feel like you.
Me and Patrick Melton. Chad even emailed me. Chad even emailed me and said, congratulations, you got my show canceled. Like, wow, I got your show canceled. I have nothing to do with
How did you do that?
So, to what Chad was saying is the owner got so many phone calls and emails from people that it spooked him. And he said, and they're all fans of either NLO or WATP.
Why are so many people calling my comedy club?
What I don't understand is, do I ever tell people to cancel a show for someone? Have I ever said that before?
No. Either this isn't happening, or people are now doing it because all these guys always complain about people calling. So now there's 6 people that are like, oh, it'd be really funny if I called and got Chad's gig canceled, which actually it isn't. It would be funnier if Chad did the gig.
Correct.
But like people like John and Chad aren't instigating these people by complaining about it so much.
No, that is true. That becomes the big story that everyone's talking about. And apparently we didn't call the dogs off, Melton and I. We didn't say enough times to not get it canceled, even though I had no idea people were trying to cancel the show. I never told anyone to do it. I don't own that club, so I didn't see any of the messages that were coming in.
Can I tell you, I just did an episode about Joe Rogan, and I talked about how Spotify added the disclaimers to his episodes about like vaccine talk and stuff like that. And I said, disclaimers are great because who gives a shit? It's just something you have to scroll past. It's not a big deal. What you should do is at the beginning of every episode, just say, hey, gang, just a reminder, don't try to ruin anyone's life today. Don't get them fired from their job. Don't get their gigs canceled. Now we can move on with the show.
That is a great idea. I'm actually going to incorporate that. That is a great idea. Hey, gang, thanks for joining us on WATP. Hey, just a reminder, don't try to ruin anyone's life today or tomorrow.
Yeah. Like South Park, like the beginning of South Park.
Yeah, right. Maybe a week from now, you get the notion that maybe I should ruin someone's life on behalf of WATP. Don't do it.
Do it.
Yeah, please hold off on that. We would really appreciate it. I like that idea. So that's the big news. Now, you and I were just chatting real briefly before the show started, and you were interested in these new Kate Meanie tapes.
Interested is the wrong word.
Okay.
Confused by
explain. Yes, explain. Ask me any question. I've been studying this. Obviously, Rob Saul went on live Tuesday night. We reviewed that on WTP yesterday, and he had Stuttering John on his show. So John's back in the Dabbleverse, and they're reviewing this new phone call between Kate Meanie and some nobody.
Well,
and then
John went live last night.
Yeah, and then Rob took his show down because Rob got so zooted or something.
Not drunk. I mean, it was drunk, not
right.
pills.
right. Rob just says he was drinking very strong beers, and that's
11%.
why
3 of those puppies.
That's why he was nodding off.
Those will have you tugging at someone's belt buckle.
So that got taken down. So then John felt the need to go on his show and play the tapes again. So what are you confused about?
And it was lackluster. It was just like it seemed like John had no energy. Like what is he doing? Because the whole time he's like, I'm not coming back. I told you I'm not coming back, and I'm not. And I'm like, well, then what am I watching? But then he's teasing some return in March. Like, what is this man dealing with, because he came back to expose nothing. Like, I would hate if John controlled cable news. It would be like, oh my God, did you hear there was traffic on I-90 today? Can you believe it? Like, it's just,
Right.
These nothing stories would be getting massive coverage.
Someone brought up a really good point. I can't remember who it was now, but John left the Dabbleverse saying he's over it, doesn't need this anymore. He's got better things to do. And then as soon as he had an opportunity to get revenge on people, he came back immediately, which tells me he got chased out of the Dabbleverse. If his only reason for coming back is to get revenge.
And every TikTok that has leaked out or Cameo or whatever, he's been like, you're probably a bum like the shitware. You gay like a certain lady I know?
Yeah, he can't do a cameo without saying just do it and shitware. He's obviously consumed with it still. But yeah, the issue I had with the Kate Meanie, and there's some interesting parts of the Kate Meanie phone calls. We didn't play them on WTP. I was more interested in Rob Saul and John's interactions and that kind of thing. But the amazing part is John gets all of this audio of Kate on this phone call and edits none of it. Plays parts he doesn't want even being aired, where she's calling John out and saying what a disgusting loser he is. And so he's sitting there going, Rob, pause it. Rob. And Rob's out of it. He's just like, ugh. So that was hysterical, because those guys are really bad at doing what we do, which is curating content.
It was disastrous, and I didn't understand what was incentivizing him to come back, because there was nothing on that phone call with Kate Meanie. Right. And then he kept saying, like, and I'm not coming back ever again, except for March 1st. Which I don't know what that means either. I don't know why that day.
I just realized what the problem is here. You're confused because he's confused.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably
I think that's what it comes down to. He doesn't know what he's saying. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Oh, okay. So I was looking for answers in an answerless world.
He has no direction. He doesn't know what his plan is. He has no plan.
All right. Well, that's comforting, I guess.
Cricket Sushi sent in an interesting article that I thought we could talk about real quick, just to change gears, get away from the Dabbleverse for a moment here. Oh. Well, for the rest of the show, actually. A blind man gets licensed to carry permit to make a point about Indiana gun laws. A blind man is raising concerns about Indiana gun laws after he was allowed to get a license to carry a handgun. Terry Sutherland told iTeam 8 he got his permit to prove a point and to try to spark conversations about reasonable gun legislation. Sutherland was using his sightseeing stick when he went into the city-county building to get fingerprinted for the permit.
I'll tell you what makes a statement. Start letting the lead fly, brother. Then you're really making a statement.
This is his quote. He says, "It just went very smoothly and normally, and nobody seemed to think anything about it. It was mind-boggling. It shocked me more than I expected. I thought at the last second somebody would go, wait a minute, and it would just not get approved. I'd get a letter that explained, listen, you can't have a gun or you can't point a gun, you can't aim a gun.
We know you can't read this.
Yeah. We can't give you a permit, but that did not happen. So now he wears his permit license as a lanyard around his neck.
Oh, good.
And there's the photo of
that'll show him.
So, Mike, I guess my question is, you're in Massachusetts, in the Boston area.
Yeah.
You ever tried to get your pistol permit?
I have heard that there are, and I don't know if Massachusetts is one of them. I doubt it, but I have heard that there are states where I, in fact, could get a gun. I don't think it's wise.
Indiana, specifically. I just read the article.
I would say to this man, the only point that you're proving is that you are now an irresponsible gun owner. So,
right.
I guess that's what you've proven. Although I do think it is crazy. You should probably have to pass an eye test of some kind to shoot a gun. I guess that does make sense.
Or maybe prove you know how to use a firearm. Like in the article, it talks about, listen, I'm very pro Second Amendment. I don't have guns myself, but maybe go to the gun range and make sure you know how to actually use a handgun before you're able to just buy one and see what happens.
No, it is definitely weird. But again, I don't think this guy's changing anything. It seems like it's just a useless, like, hey, I found a way to get in the newspaper in Indiana. Congratulations.
Well, Mike, maybe you can do something outrageous and get in the newspaper too, buddy.
And I will.
Yeah, don't poo-poo this. It sounds like
I've
you're
written
jealous.
a manifesto already.
It sounds like you're jealous, honestly. All right, I want to start off our show. We start off this way a lot. I feel like it's a good way to ease into things with a little bit of music.
are these music? Who are these music?
This one comes in from Ryan Rebalkin, who's the host of the Worst of the Best podcast, a show that I've been on before. And he sent in this brilliant song.
Black and indigenous people of color. Black and indigenous people of color. Lesbian, gay, bi, transgender, and queer. Lesbian, gay, bi, transgender, and queer. Asian American Pacific Islander. Asian American Pacific Islander.
White
Latino, Hispanic, Romani, and Creole.
Caucasian.
Latino,
Nope.
Hispanic, Romani, and Creole. We all have a place
Almost all.
in this world.
Yeah, I noticed one. There was a couple people
We
missing.
all have a place in this world.
Powerful.
Yeah, it is good. I say stop mentioning that whites even exist. And then one day they won't.
Where's my place in this world? That's what I
That
wanna
reminded
know.
me in 4th grade, I want to say maybe 5th grade. Remember like when you were in chorus, you'd have to sing. They had like music class, but it was like chorus. And at the
Yep.
assemblies, you'd have to sing a song for everyone as a group. And we had a song. I don't remember if there were main lyrics, but I know at least the kids in the back, like myself, the only lyric we had to sing over and over again was Kwanzaa, Kwanzaa, Kwanzaa. And it was just Kwanzaa over and over again. And I was like, I guess this is like progressive. Just that,
Right, yeah.
saying Kwanzaa exists. There are no beneficial lyrics to it or anything. It's just saying Kwanzaa over and over again.
Black indigenous people of color. Like, are you pro or con? Or is this an Anthony Cumia song? Is this people we need to wipe out? Or what's going on? What are you
Anthony
talking
could do
about?
something with that background music, I'm sure.
Yes. Just get rid of the where we all have a place, I guess. Would be the
Target
thing.
practice.
I was talking about the gun range earlier. Mike, we have a segment on this show that we've done a few times. And it's a segment where Mike has to guess the video that we're all watching, because Mike can't see the video. We've talked about your blindness a lot today, I feel like. We don't harp on my the fact that I am club-footed, but we talk about your blindness a lot.
There's a man inside here, folks.
I know. I'm starting to feel bad. I just realized. But I believe Dame Taft sent this in. We have a new stinger for this segment.
Carl say, Mike, hey, guess the sound. Is it girls farting or a cute bunny rabbit snoring?
It started out tight, and then it got real loose.
Yeah, a little loose at the end, but I like it.
Got a little loose on there. But this is from the Crazy Fucking Videos subreddit. This is Psychotic sent this in on our Discord.
Okay.
So that's your clue. And you're going to listen to this video. You're going to try to figure out what's happening in it. There's listeners to our podcast, a lot of podcast listeners who also will be playing along. Or if you want to close your eyes and play along, you could do that too. All right, let's see what's going on here. And I say, Mike, guess the sound.
Okay. There's a man on, I believe, public transportation of some kind.
Very, very good. Yes, we are on a subway. It looks like it, something like that.
Doing an impression of a cat or an animal in the feline family.
Okay. Oh, gosh, do we give credit for this? It's hard to say what specifically an impression he's doing. At first, he lays down flat on his stomach and starts flopping around while doing that noise.
That's a cat if I've ever heard of one.
And then he gets big overtime says good enough. All right, well, I'm giving you the win on this one. That sounds like a W, Mike.
What do we got? Bus, subway? Where are we?
It looks like a subway to me,
Okay.
and I think it's in France. I think it's French.
I would not have guessed that part.
But well, you could hear a little bit of French talking in the background.
Okay.
Could be up in Montreal. I don't know. But yeah, so apparently this guy was causing a scene. He got a bunch of people to like get up and walk away from him. So yeah,
Does that mean some stayed?
yeah, some people were just watching and laughing. Everyone's saying give it to him. All right,
you,
Mike.
folks.
Mike's a big winner on that one. Congratulations.
Yes, isn't it exciting, everyone?
It is exciting. I would not get any of this shit.
Take that, Mahomes.
I'm so lazy. I'm using my eyeballs over here. Like, what do you think that is? I don't know. I'm looking at it. It's like, that's how I know. Let's get back to some music, because this also came in from Psychotic on our Discord. It puts a lot of great posts in there. And I found this song to be inspirational, I guess is the word I would use. It's made me rethink how I conduct my life.
Okay.
Maybe other people will feel the same way about it.
We hate the R-word. It hurts their feelings. People don't say the R-word because it's very bad to say. We all know it. Come on, baby, don't say the R-word. It is bad, don't say the R-word. It's her fault, don't say the R-word. And keep respect. Whoa, 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 whoa.
I mean, these R words do bring up a pretty good point that we shouldn't be calling them that.
I gotta tell you though, Ari Shaffir has a bit in his new special about bringing back the word retarded.
Yeah.
And I, as much as I like that special, it felt a little late actually, because I think retarded is back. You know,
It is.
and I don't think it's
all
going
the way
anywhere
back.
this time. You know.
Well, that's why I played this as a public service, because guys, remember, this affects people deeply. I think we should replace the word retarded with R word. As long as you say that, you can be like, look at this R word over here. What an idiot.
That sounds so much worse.
It sounds so much worse. It's like we all know the word you're trying to use. It doesn't help
Retarded's back
anything.
where it belongs, and that's in my lips, if that makes sense.
Very good. Well, you are a gay retard, so that makes a lot of sense. Mike, since we're talking about R words, I want to head over to YouTube.
I'll stop the show and watch YouTube.
Bugle me this, emailed this into the show.
Okay.
And this is a guy from my neck of the woods, Rochester, New York. This is a hometown hero right here. I didn't know about this, but he was featured on the Today Show.
All the stars live in Rochester. It's like the new Austin.
It really is. This is where everyone's moving to. You'd
Yeah.
be crazy not to. It's been, it hasn't gotten over 30 degrees in 3 weeks. It's great here. Gotta love it. So this is a brand new action star coming out of Rochester. A little different than maybe what you're used to, but I'm excited about this.
Okay.
Let's go! Let's go!
Race Everhart is saving the day. In Straight Undercover, he plays a government agent who exposes corrupt forces trying to put a small-town farmer out of business.
I go undercover. Undercover, baby. Under east side.
Who are your favorite action stars?
Chuck Norris, Tom Cruise, and Jason Bourne, and me. Wesker.
Oh, so other retards. Those are your favorite action stars. So this guy with Down syndrome is going to become an action star in this movie that they're making.
This is just to make fun of him. Why would they do this piece?
Mike, I'm so glad you're way ahead of me. The director is going to explain why he's making this movie. Check this out.
Okay.
Great. It's our new hero with all these great movies.
37-year-old Race was born and raised in Rochester, New York. He's acted in local theater since he was 10 years old, in productions of Beauty and the Beast and Mary Poppins. But he's always dreamed of seeing himself.
Wasn't the Beauty, I can tell you that.
Which, by the way, again, how mean. Hey, kids, look at the monster. People can love him.
Can we come back again tomorrow? Is it playing all weekend? I love this production.
Seeing himself on the big screen.
Did you ever imagine being an action star in a movie?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Race met director Ben Gagne while shooting a TV pilot. And right away, Ben knew Race was a leading man. He wrote Straight Undercover for Race to star in.
I'm a guy.
So this director met this guy and shooting a commercial or something, and he goes, "Oh my gosh, what if I made an action movie starring a retard?
This is
This could be the biggest movie ever."
this is Shane Gillis's bit about the Special Olympics, where he's like, "It's a great cause now," but originally someone had to say, like, "Hey, what if we raced him?"
Government.
It's like crack baby basketball in the South Park.
Yeah.
Just exploiting this poor guy. No, you're a star. We're all rooting for you.
It's gonna do something.
He has that it factor that when I see him on camera, I want to see
What an
more.
asshole.
The
Get
goal
this guy
was
out
to
of-
create.
This guy, I know, and he's just like, I can't believe the Today Show is covering this.
He's got a star.
This is so wild.
A character around the real life Race. It wasn't to try to push him into a box to be something. So we took
no,
his
he's probably
real
got a lot
life
of rage.
essence.
Yeah, I saw this guy. I'm like, he's solving crimes on a daily basis.
He's like Daniel Day.
Yeah, how do I turn this into a movie? By the way, I love this guy for doing this. It's hilarious.
Sure, I guess.
I'll donate money to this, whatever it is. If there's a GoFundMe, it's getting my money before Woke Dad is. That's for sure.
This has people asking, "What's in the water in Rochester?"
It's not good. It's not good. Bite in the bottle. Anyway, I won't have to watch any more of that piece. I'm excited about this.
Okay, well, good for him for making a few dollars off this poor schmuck.
I kind of want to get in on
We're
it.
the parents in this situation.
Could you imagine if I'm an extra on this film and then this guy goes, and then I met Carl on the film I was making. I knew I had to write a script just for him. Like, what the fuck?
There's no parent that goes, "No, you can't write a retarded superhero movie about my son." Obviously, I'm not going to let you do that.
No, that I saw another video about this where the mom was actually super excited. She's like, "Oh my gosh, he loves acting. This is so cool." So I understand. You want to give them activities. You want to give them things to do. I get it.
Yes, but if someone, I'm also disabled. If someone looked at me and was like, "You know what, you'd be perfect to play Spider-Man," I'd be like, "All right, you cunt." Shut up.
Spiders can't see. That actually makes sense. Why is he able to see?
Maybe I
so
picked the
good?
wrong one. I'm sorry.
Well, Batman. Oh wait, they can't see either. Hold on a second.
Daredevil. Fuck.
I'm onto something here. All right, here's another YouTuber. I got this from Jeff Spangler. There's this guy named Tony, and Tony works for an LED sign company in China.
Nice.
This is a real company. This is an actual manufacturer. This guy does these videos where he'll watch a little bit of a viral video, and then he'll jump in with a quick joke, and then he'll sell his product to you. Okay. So here's a good example of that.
What's up, California? My name is Alex. What's up, I'm Aiden. I'm Oliver. I'm Brian. And I'm Dylan. And together we are...
Gay as fuck. You guys are gay as fuck. Anyways, we've been making signage for more than 14 years. Any size can be customized with 3 years warranty. UONC. Turnover time is 20 days. Click the link in our bio for free quotes.
Everything about that is real.
Going that way.
Everything about that is real. The company exists. That's a real advertisement. And so he puts up all these YouTube shorts, and he does them in German, English, Chinese, and Spanish, from what I found. Maybe there's other ones. and he gets the accents perfectly correct in all of them.
Nice.
It's very impressive. He even does a Trump impression. He puts on the yellow wig. This is a Chinese man. Puts on the yellow wig, and here's him doing his Trump impression.
Okay.
China, what's up, homie? It's Tony. Let me tell you, we've been fabricating signs for 14 incredible years. Nobody does it better, believe me. Every sign comes with the powerful 3-year warranty. Letters, fonts, styles, colors, totally customizable, exactly how you wanted it. As I always say, think big and make it happen. So hit the link in our bio for a quote and follow LC Sign. China, what's up, homie?
I like this guy.
I love this guy. He's hilarious. I watched a ton of his videos. Some of them are harder to translate, especially just audio only, because he'll be like, he'll watch something that happens and then just make a weird face and then go into his, if you need an LED sign, check out LC Signs.
I guess I had something totally different in mind, particularly by the way the first one started, where I was expecting this to be a douchebag we made fun of.
No, he's just like,
I thought we were going to make fun of a guy.
He's like, you're gay as fuck. It's like, all right.
It really got me.
Yeah. China doesn't care about political correctness.
There's something
they're all
about
over
saying,
this.
like, you can spend all day crafting a joke, but there's something about interrupting what seems like a regular video to go, this is gay as fuck.
Yeah, I know. It's like, the timing is right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It always works. I do want to, we're going to get to the super chats, get caught up with that. Reminder that supertip.gg/WATP. Participate in the show. We appreciate your support. Last week, we talked about Sasquatch. Someone sent me in this guy who calls back these telemarketers or these phone scammers, and he messes with them. And he's a very woolly man, and he puts on these voices, and it's a weird kind of show that he does on YouTube. Let me play I have an update on it. Let me play an example. Here's a new one that he just put out a few minutes ago on his YouTube.
Service Canada, your call has been transferred to Michael Boris. How can I help you?
Yes, hi. I just got a phone call saying my social security number is going to be suspended.
Okay, well, if you got a call regarding about suspension of your social number, I will pull up your files and check it for you. For the verification, can I have your name?
Vincenzo Sabatelli.
You mind spelling out your name for me?
V.
How do you spell your name?
Okay, VINCENZO SABATELL.
Get to it. You're not getting the jokes here, Mike?
Okay, your first name is Detanjo. D like Delta, I like India.
Oh, no.
N like Nancy.
No.
T as in Tom.
No.
Oh, no.
Vincenzo. V as in victory.
Oh, come on.
I as in indigo. N as in Nancy. C as in Charlie. E as in elephant. Z as in zebra. O as in Oscar. S as in...
All right, so that goes out of that. This guy...
Exhausting.
Yeah, it is. He's got 4,000 subscribers, but his videos don't get a ton of views. There's not a lot going on.
I can't imagine why.
Well, I was shocked to see in my inbox, I get an email from Sasquatch.
Oh, well, then I mean, you're terrific, sir.
And he says, hi, I just saw your podcast where you featured 2 of my videos. The first video years ago, I used to be good at disguising my voice, so I decided to see if I can still do it. Somewhat. If you read the about part, I go into detail. The second video is my natural voice. And yes, I am Canadian. Canadians are known for saying A. Do you remember that he kept saying A?
He also said Z in this past.
Well, right. He's Canadian. That's how they say Z. But it's like, I don't think that was lost on us. Anyway, he says, and sorry a lot. So I decided to poke fun at that stereotype for a guy who posts videos on my encounters with scammers. If I can, I'd like to recommend 2 other scam baiters.
Oh, good.
Cora's at the Corner and Salty Dog. Cora is very good at disguising her voice. She's good at doing a Russian accent, whereas I like the way Salty Dog plays mind games. He may use a voice changer, but his work is still funny. If you have more questions, feel free to ask. Now, Sasquatch, I don't think I had any questions.
Also, is he disguising his voice?
No. Like, hey, is this Sasquatch from YouTube? I'm on to you.
Because if he doesn't talk like that, then I feel a lot better about playing these videos.
Well, you know, he said that the other one he wasn't disguising his voice at all.
But the other one, if I remember right, the second video, he said second video. In the second video, he was, "Hello, this is Sasquatch."
No, that was the first video. The second video was where he was just like, I am a Canadian, and sorry, a boot.
Good.
I was like, okay, we get it. we get it, buddy. And he's from Canada doing that, but very subtle, very good. I'm glad that he let me know that I could read more about the details in the about part.
Well, it's very exciting.
I'll make sure to do that. Thanks, Sasquatch. Thanks for reaching out.
Thanks for watching.
Yes, happy to promote your show, buddy.
Yay, super chats.
What are other people saying, like goat mouth over here? What's he talking about?
Boy, it's sure nice to not have to do my stupid show today. Wait, Beggy Monster, what are all these guys doing here?
Aaron, buddy, we are all worried about you, and your friends want you to get help for your begging addiction.
Hey, pal, it's your friend, the Peggy Monster. I want you to know you can quit begging, and I'll still peg you.
The Juggy Monster here. I want you to put the tip jar down and wind it up.
And if you don't stop empowering people to donate to you, I, the Muggy Monster, will throw mugs at you to support at-risk kids.
Brilliant.
We'll get to the mugs, don't you worry.
Oh, we will. Brilliant.
Cocksucker and his mugs.
That's how you use the super tip system right there. The Peggy Monster, John Sarasati. I love it. Icon Buckets, FBI here. You're going down, Blind Mike. Uh-oh.
Yes. Good.
Uh-oh.
We never resolved that. For some reason, the FBI never phoned me last time.
Yeah, isn't that odd? They never followed through with
I
that?
was guaranteed they'd be looking into me.
I didn't get a phone call either for some reason.
Yeah, that's weird.
Dang Lizard says, KB, thanks you for getting the AC event canceled. Yeah, I saw that. So Chad was talking about his show, and then Chad goes, I'm going over to Kevin's show. So I tune into the Kevin's show, and Kevin goes, good, I don't want to do this. It's less of a hassle. I'll just do a show from my room now.
That's the spirit.
I didn't want to deal with that. This is great. So you're welcome, Kevin. Arctan64 became a YouTube member. Thank you so much for becoming a member. With that membership, you get to watch WATP live Wednesdays and Saturdays, and also 2 bonus episodes every single month. Check the membership tab for links. Dame Taft, $5. Here's a little folding money, boys. Banter forever. Thanks, Dame Taft. Appreciate it.
Folding money.
Pink like Peachy. Why tell everyone you don't have guns? You have hundreds of guns that you have lost in a boating accident. Duh. You're right. I say that so people think they can come on my property.
Yeah, I dare you.
Yeah, I dare you to step up, especially when I'm at my house in Florida. It's not going to go well. I'll tell you that. Rocco Orby 2002, System of the Downs.
Nice.
See what you did there? Dang Lizard said, so he stars in Black Hawk Downs. That's good. It's a good joke. Hi, N-words. Did Sutcho denounce Rob's homophobia? I don't think he did. It's a good question. I didn't think about that.
I liked that John was like, and he's not on pills, as if John would have any idea. How the fuck would he know that?
It's obvious he's on something. Maybe it's a powdery substance. Whatever. That's not the point.
He had 3 beers.
You don't drink... Even if they have a lot of alcohol in them, you don't drink 3 beers and nod off on your show at 8:30 in the evening. It's ridiculous. Dabble Don Dada, $2 says, why'd you get Chad's event canceled, Carl? Not cool. I know. What was I thinking? What was I thinking when I did that? Oh my God. Chad emailed me going, you got my event canceled. Well, I can't believe you would do something like that. As I wrote him back, I just go, dude, it's laughable. You think I had anything to do with you getting your event canceled?
Well, I'm sure that got through to him. That's good that you
followed. Oh, no. He took zero responsibility. He was on his show and was arguing with the chat about how he had nothing to do with his event getting canceled. Madam Priest says, it's not cool to get Chad's event canceled. Karl, all right, I was piling on now.
That is the consensus, and I agree with the people that it wasn't cool that you did that.
And Lucky Black Cat became a YouTube member. Thank you very much. Member up, people. You get a lot of perks for being on this channel, and we do appreciate that. We talk a lot about social media news on this show because we are news reporters about social media.
Yes.
And I have an update on Reddit.
Who are these losers using Reddit?
What is it? Reddit!
Now, this was brought to my attention in our Discord. If you go to whoarethese.com, there's a link to our Discord. You can find the channel for Who Are These socials. A lot of links in there, a lot of banter, a lot of conversation. And this is interesting. This is just a couple of days ago, this subreddit got shut down, and they're looking at other subreddits too. Here's a video that kind of explains what's happening.
White people Twitter got banned? That's correct. Now, for context, finally forgot. So yesterday I made a video. It already has 700,000 views and it's titled Reddit Has Gone Insane. It has. And I'm looking at some of the posts that are made by some of these, I don't know if you want to use this word, but we'll use it, people. And they're just casually glorifying killing people, figuring out where they live.
For context, these are not your run-of-the-mill threats against President Trump or Elon Musk. Multiple subreddits have now been targeting government employees, and in particular the software developers' interns working with the Trump administration.
These are the normal comments made by normal people on Reddit. They all live somewhere. Pink missed all of them. Needs to be shot. Dox these people and let us deal with them. Big surprise. That shit actually doesn't fly very far. This subreddit has been temporarily banned due to a prevalence of violent content. So basically, this is the U.S. attorney. Our initial review of evidence presented to us indicates that certain individuals and/or groups have committed acts that appear to violate the law targeting Doge employees. We are in contact with the FBI and other law enforcement partners to proceed rapidly. We have our prosecutors preparing. Does shutting down the sub not contradict the right of free speech? Only a retard would think that advocating for violence against a government employee is free speech. Unfortunately, there's a lot of retards. By the way, Reddit is in basically damage control mode now. You've even got the Reddit administration that are making posts about this. When we identify communities experiencing an increase in rule violating content, placing a temporary ban on the community. Most of them deleted their accounts. I mean, it won't matter because Reddit will just get subpoenaed for the information by the FBI, and the FBI will have to turn over all the information. There's like a 30-day thing that pretty much all social media companies have to comply with. Basically, all of the Reddit revolutionaries are going to be facing FBI agents and potentially charges. So they fucked around and they're about to find out. White people.
So why do I bring this up, Mike?
I don't know. You tell me.
Because there's a lot of these assholes who think that it's perfectly fine to dox people and then attempt to harm them, ruin their lives, fuck with them in any single way. And none of this is cool. And I don't know why, now that the internet is out and you can find out who people are, that this has become like common practice.
It's because it's people with nothing. It's their greatest threat. Because it would, like, if someone sent me fucking my home address, just ominously, I'd be like, oh, fuck, what are they plotting? So in their mind, it's like them being a tough guy. It gives them some satisfaction. It's just like bullying. Any bully's mentality is, let me just scare this person, do what I can. They can't be physical with them. In person, they wouldn't really do anything. So this is the best they've got.
But unfortunately, they want and oftentimes achieve other people acting on their desires. Because there's always a crazy person who's just like, oh, where do they live? Oh, okay. Right. We saw that happen with Nick Fuentes. We played it on the show a month or two ago, where a person showed up to kill him. Like, armed, ready to go. If he hadn't been podcasting at the time, he would have come down and answered his door and been shot.
Right.
So anyway, I think that's an interesting thing that's going on. Like, Reddit's going to have some problems. They have to do some serious moderating with all the people who are on there trying to
what might help? Add this to your disclaimer before the podcast when you're like, hey, don't get Chad's gig canceled. Don't threaten any politicians, Just kind of make an all-encompassing sort of speech.
Oh, that's a good idea. When you're on Reddit, have a little bit of fun with it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Rather than like be bloodthirsty. Why not either read comments and chuckle or try to come up with your own witty response to something?
Yeah, if Reddit has brought you to a murderous rage, take a break. Go outside.
Maybe that's not the right thing for you. Maybe Angry Birds would be more your speed. Is that a dated reference? Angry Birds? I don't know. What are the kids playing?
It is, but it's universal.
Okay, as long as you understand my point. Where a place that's not toxic at all, of course, is Twitter. Let's head over there.
Look at this tweet now.
And this came over from Christian Blatt, and this is fantastic. All of us have these fantasies about telling off our employer and our boss. And sometimes you think like, if they ever fire me, man, they are going to regret it.
I'll show them.
Well, here is an example of that.
Getting fired from the UPS store by this cuck loser, fucking coward, cuck loser, won't even fire me at the beginning of my shift, waits till the end of my shift. Here he is, Darren the cuck fucking loser from 1892. He's a fucking loser who doesn't know shit about running a business, and he's gonna let an alcoholic fat fuck named Joe fire somebody with 10 years of experience because he complained that Joe won't train my fucking coworkers, and Joe puts nigger on the fucking radio.
Whoa!
And Joe drinks next door and won't tell shit to my coworkers because he's a cuck fucking loser coward, just like Darren, the cuck fucking loser coward. Coward loser fucking cunt.
Get that out of your system, buddy? You feel better now?
This guy's got an edge to him.
Getting fired from the UPS.
I gotta say that, so this guy's being very meek behind him who just fired him, obviously. He's just like, okay, man, are we done here? What's going on? I gotta say, if you're the guy firing someone and this is how they react, you think, well, I made a good decision today. This is probably the right move.
That's a good point. But then, do you then think, like, this is the kind of guy that might show up at my doorstep, Is he?
I definitely changed my identity.
yeah, you got to
move to a different state for sure.
Yeah.
He seems very upset about a lot of things.
I do like his moxie, though.
Listen, we've all had that fantasy. You just want to tell everyone off and drop a bomb.
That's true, yeah.
But he picked the wrong day, I guess, to fire. I like that he fired him at the end of his shift. That is a shitty thing.
How did he work the N-word into that speech?
That's a good question. I'm not even sure what he's referring to. Like he said he got it on the radio. Let me go back to that.
It had to be probably an inside office joke,
That Joe won't train my fucking coworkers, and Joe puts nigger on the fucking radio.
Oh, is he talking about the station they're listening to? Hold on a second. Now I'm very confused. I'm wondering if he's listening to the urban station and this guy doesn't like
hip-hop.
Oh my God, if that's the case, they should have fired this asshole decades ago. Holy shit. That's what you call that station? It's W-N-word, sir. Just so you know.
Kanye West Spotify.
Wow. Okay. That's fun. While we're on Twitter, Balen Dupree's been getting picked up by a lot of different people. I got this sent to me from numerous people this past week because, of course, Balen Out Loud is the show on TLC that everyone's glued to. Not really. And
it is getting I'm seeing minor buzz about it.
Good. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm rooting for my girl Balen. Dude, you know what I found out? So, quick plug, this Sunday during the halftime show, tune into this channel, WATP's YouTube channel. There's going to be a Who Are These Broadcasters halftime show special. I'm on it. Shuli's on it. We're watching a cameo from Stuttering John that has never been seen before.
Ooh.
It's going to be exciting. But I found out that the Balen Dupree person who super chats us is Christian Blatt.
What do you mean?
I thought Balen Dupree was a huge fan of ours and would super chat us and give us money. And I was very excited about that. I was thinking about popping the question.
Christian Blatt's an odd guy.
It turns out it was just Christian Blatt.
Making a Balen Dupree account.
He had to pay a Balen Dupree account.
Ooh, they'll think it's her.
Anyway, Balen has a ridiculous tick that can't be real. There's no way that it's real. And it came out on a recent episode. And so it's getting a lot of buzz for that reason.
It is like the perfect
place to be, at least for me, because Joe Biden lives in the White House. There's vaginas hanging from the White House. Joe Biden's buried in my backyard after snorting cocaine during the Revolutionary War of 1812. God damn.
And her boyfriend's giggling. Yeah, that's a pretty good joke. I mean, it is a pretty good joke. If I saw Tom Myers say that on stage, I'm like, oh, this guy's been writing. This is good. This is good
That's
stuff.
vintage Myers.
Yeah, that's pretty good stuff.
I'm surprised they let that fly on TLC, actually.
Oh, they love it. I mean, otherwise, I tapped out episode 2, her and her girlfriend go and get mani-pedis, and I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I watching this? This is the content. This is what I want to see right here.
Yeah, they didn't see. I kept watching as well.
Yeah,
they didn't seem to be a ton.
I have no idea where this tit came from, but I can promise you I have no idea what the president's activities are or where he's buried. And he's still alive.
Yeah, or where he's
That's
buried.
brilliant. That's good joke writing.
Or where he's buried.
That's very funny.
That's brilliant.
So that's good.
All right, so
Here's where Balen's in a nice spot, particularly because she's an attractive young girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people won't be as hard on her. If she comes out and says, guys, I was fucking around, I don't really have Tourette's, I think she has the skills to be a good comic. I think her career could withstand being outed as a Tourette's liar.
Oh my gosh, when she was on with Chris Cuomo,
Yeah.
this was like a year ago now, but I remember playing it, and Chris is cracking up at everything she's saying. It's just like, Chris, are you taking this seriously or not? Like, what are you doing right now?
Yeah. Either she's got the world's most hilarious disease, or herself is brilliantly funny.
Right. Either way, when the TV shows dry up and she's looking for work and she's touring with Jimmy J.J. Walker and coming to my local comedy club, I will be there.
That's a good comic con. Balen Dupree.
Yes.
$5 a tick.
Skippy Price. Yeah. All right. I want to head over to Instagram. We got some interesting things going on there.
Blinded like Blind Mike. Don't be a douche. Instagram in the night. Blinded like Blind Mike. Check out these reels. They might make you want to fight.
Now, last week, we also introduced everyone to a new character, Mr. Nasty.
Oh, right.
Nasty with 2 S's, like ass.
Oh, nice. I don't think I realized that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how cool he was last week.
No, he's pretty fucking cool. I have an update on that, but first I want to play you a recent video from this week, because last week I played a package of where there was a commenter who said his videos weren't very good, and he lashed out in a series of 4 videos saying that this guy's an asshole and a loser.
No, it was good. It was a good response.
It was the appropriate response. We all agreed on that. But I wanted to show you, like, what's his other content, though, when he's not going after people? How's he getting people into his Instagram account? It's 12,000 viewers, he's 12,000 followers, pretty good.
Yeah.
So here is an example just from this week. This video is called Happy Monday.
Okay.
And I'm going to warn you, it's a little all over the place, but it's worth it for the ride.
I made a political video the other day, and you know what? I just gotta say, aren't people fucking nuts when it comes to politics? I'm not talking about the ones who hate a policy and just talk a little bit of shit. I'm talking about the ones who make it their whole identity. Unless you're someone's sex skimp trapped in a basement with a leash around your neck, I believe we all know someone who's like that. They think they're so great at debating just because they overtalk people making their own points. It's like, you're only good at masturbating, not mass debating.
Oh!
Not even the friends and family
That's a
can
very
stand to be
fresh
around them too,
line.
you know? Everyone wants to feel like they're just so damn special, when none of us are shit. In the greater scope of things, comparatively speaking. Man, it's so fucking nice outside right now. It's always weird being in California where there's a fat-ass drought, and then you hear about how other states have these water problems like snow and floods and endless rain and shit. Hey, what's up, my
where is
little
he?
stray cat buddy?
He's in California.
Oh, yeah, there's been no recent terrible weather there.
No, it's just peaceful.
I
It's
can't
nice.
think of anything.
Floods and endless rain and shit. Hey, what's up, my little stray cat buddy? You want some food, little boy? I got you. All right, watch out, come on. All right, stay nasty, little buddy. Now back to what I was saying. I'm always down for some enlightenment. But when you come across as a whiny little bitch trying to push your agenda on people, you're no better than a homeless guy holding up a dollar bill with poop on it, going, George Washington for president. I swear, though, there's so many people who just only believe what their political party believes. Like, that's impossible. There's so much wacky shit on both sides. It's like, at that point, you're just only rooting for your team. It's not about politics. It's just about your team. It's like those dudes that are so nuts about a sports team. You know, they make that their identity. Most of them look like they never played a fucking sport in their life. All pudgy and shit.
Right?
Trying to convince us that they're all about it.
Probably in
They
their
get
mom's
so
basement.
furious if someone likes...
Yes. Well, he goes off on, so it started with politics, and then the weather's nice, and there's a cat, I'm going to feed it, and then back to politics. And it started in the morning, and now he's at nighttime. So he's recording these throughout the entire day. That's why it was called Happy Monday.
I'm sure I'm going to sound like an ancient man here. How does he remember what he's saying?
Right, I know.
You know what I mean?
He's like, anyway, getting back to what I was talking about at 6 a.m.
It picks up, each scene picks up right where he left off, pretty much.
Yeah, it's weird. Maybe he goes back and watches his videos. I don't know. That's a good question.
Yes.
Most of them look like they never played a fucking sport in their life. All pudgy and shit. Trying to convince us that they're all about it. They get so furious if someone likes another team, you know? Think about all those poor bastards who've died in a stadium just because they wore a different team's jersey. I bet a lot of them had kids too. And the reason why their dad's not walking this earth anymore? He wore the away team's jersey. People are just so fucking nuts, man, I swear. If you love a sports team, then you should be up for the thrill of the battle. You know? No need to convince us that your team's the greatest. Jackass. If your shit is solid,
That has to
then
be
you should
this
be able to stand on
generation's-
business and not give...
That has to be this generation's World War II, where you're like, oh, yeah, my dad also died in an away team's stadium.
Yeah, I told him not to go to the Raiders game, but he's like, no, I'm a diehard Chiefs fan. We're going to the Raiders
Haven't
game.
you seen the pictures? Those guys wear spikes on their shoulders to paint their faces.
Don't wear your Elway jersey. What are you thinking right now? You're not going to get away with that. Darth Vader is right there in the front row.
He's talking, not necessarily like it's a ton of people, but it's like 1 in 25 die in a football stadium.
Yeah, it happens all the time. I think there was like 15,000 in 2022. Last year was down a little bit, but what's he talking about?
If your shit is solid, then you should be able to stand on business and not give a fuck what other people think, you know? People probably think I hate my trolls. I don't hate my trolls. We'd probably get along if we saw each other in real life. Minus the real shitty ones who mean nothing to this world, you know? They're no better than the jizz that missed the mark and landed on the floor in a bukkake scene.
Boom! Holy shit, the trolls are like, I'm off the hook on this video. Fuck! I just got roasted.
I could be misremembering. Didn't he use the bukkake line last week?
Oh gosh, I don't remember. Maybe he watches a lot of bukkake films.
That seems top of mind.
Yeah, it does, right? You know what the problem with you trolls is who are losers? You're just like that jizz that misses the girl's face, but I wish it would have hit, but it misses and it goes on the carpet over here, and you can kind of see it from the other angle.
He's like, you guys probably think the trolls bother me, and that's simply not true. Except the ones that are really fucking gay. Oh, I hate
Yeah, I know. We go back to that again. That was funny. I bet we don't get along, except for these assholes.
Other people think, you know? People probably think I hate my trolls. I don't hate my trolls. We'd probably get along if we saw each other in real life. Minus the real shitty ones who mean nothing to this world, you know? They're no better than the jizz that missed the mark and landed on the floor in a bukkake scene. Anyways, enjoy everything. Love everyone. You know why? 'Cause it's nasty time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
This can't be a real guy.
Well, I'm glad you just said that because I got a note from someone that says, hey, Karl, I was listening to WATS today while at work. I was absolutely shocked to hear you talking about someone I know personally.
Oh, no.
Mr. Nasty, whose real name is Derek, is a former coworker of mine. I know him off the internet. Ha ha ha. His social media is so funny, but I thought I was the only one who knew it was funny. He posts every single day, so most of his posts only have like 1 or 2 likes. People that know him are exhausted by the sheer volume. Who has the time to watch these videos every single day? I do like Derek as a person, though. He's a good guy, but he made his own bed with his insane social media. He says, love the show, Karl, and hashtag thank you, OJ.
But is he? Well, of course. But is he? Is it a character where he's making fun of this type of guy?
No.
No, this is him.
This is him. The guy's going, he's an all right guy. And I actually asked him, like, where does he work? Because I was interested about that.
Yeah.
You'll never believe this, Mike. He's a government employee. the very well-run state of California. This is
the Attorney General.
This is who they're hiring over there. He's in charge of water.
Oh, good.
California.
Good.
I don't know what he does, but I just thought that was hilarious. I love the fact that our show has gotten to a point where we're just featuring a rando with 12,000 followers, and there's a friend of his.
Well, based on those numbers, you said he gets 1 or 2 likes on every video. I wonder if some of those are purchased followers.
Well, so he does have videos that do have a lot of views. Okay. Like he talks about how he's like, I had a video that went viral. He has a couple that go viral. But I think because he's a quantity over quality guy, most of his shit
drowned in the algorithm.
Yeah, it's just too much.
Gotcha.
But we'll revisit Mr. Nasty because I like his take on the trolls.
Yes.
And I like his take on politics. That was like Opie-esque. Like, wow, you're treating your political party like it's a sports team. Like, wow.
I never thought of that. And then he kind of made me realize there are 2 sides. And at the end of the day, they're not really that different.
Yeah, I mean, we're all just people. We're all just putting on our pants one leg at a time.
That's pretty interesting perspective.
Pretty good stuff. Speaking of interesting perspectives, Alec Baldwin decided that he wanted to come on Instagram and talk about the Super Bowl that's coming up.
Oh, you want to talk about perspective? This is a guy that really, really puts his balls on the line when he speaks.
Get ready for some hot takes here from Alec.
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to put together a quick little thing here about the NFL. I am somebody who, I love football. I love the NFL.
I just want to say, so when I watch these Instagram videos with Alec Baldwin, whoever does his hair and makeup in movies deserves an Oscar.
Oh, does he not look great?
He not only does he look terrible, his hair, I don't even know how you would do that. You have to sleep in 17 different beds for 38 days to get your hair to look like that. It's so fucked up.
He's an older man now, and he deals with a lot of stress. His wife is speaking Spanish. He's got 15 kids running around the house. Lay off.
He's got a whole camera crew in there. He has to pretend that they're the one parenting the kids and not all the nannies.
I like the way this is a signature of Alec Baldwin's if you don't watch a lot of his Instagram.
Yeah.
Where every video he goes, I just wanted to make a quick little video here.
Mm-hmm.
We know, but the fact that we're watching it, Alec. You don't have to tell us what it is. I just wanted to log into Instagram and hit play on a video that you will then watch, and you could like and comment if you'd like, and that's how this system works. And now I'm going to talk, and you can listen to me talk if you'd like, or you can continue scrolling. We know.
After this, I'll be watching videos on iPad and reading books on Kindle. Okay, we get it.
I'm not the most crazy football fan I know, but I'm somebody that when the NFL season is over,
I have a lot of
pretty
heart.
Miserable. That's my Sunday.
Jesus Christ.
That's my Sunday. So today was a little...
I mean, I actually do relate to him on this. That first Sunday with no more football is a bummer.
I'm not a big football fan, but when Hilaire is yapping in your ear, you'll look for any sorts of distraction.
Oh, the Eagles are on. I'm sorry, I gotta go. Wow, what's going on? Over
my
here?
Eagles, go Jalen.
Yeah.
Well, always a little preview of what's to come. No football on TV. But man, I gotta say, like all this stuff I see on the news about, spitting on Aaron Rodgers and all this hate of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, let's hate Aaron Rodgers, right, Alec? He's on the wrong side. Let's go. Let's get him.
Is the news saying spit on Aaron Rodgers?
That's what my news feed is saying. That's what I'm seeing.
But, am I missing something where there's like like other than Jets fans? Like, is Alec Baldwin just listening to WFAN and be like, I gotta send a message to this Joe Beningo guy?
That's a great question. Because Aaron Rodgers is not the storyline right now. No. It's not even close. Good point.
And is Travis Kelce going to propose to Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl or all this? Who cares? with all due respect for them, I mean, I think Taylor Swift is great, and I think, she's
Smart move right there. He's like, I don't want to get the Swifties against me on this. Oh, they're great. I love them.
I'll tell you what's a smart move. A guy who has a reality show with his family coming out at the end of the month going, what is with all this celebrity obsession?
Who cares?
Why would you care how a celebrity lives their life?
What, so you wrote some pop songs, this guy can get to football? Whatever. Who gives a shit?
Anyways, you can watch me take my children to the park on February 23rd.
That's amazing.
She's really built an empire, if you will, that she should be enormously proud of. She's a young woman, and she's done great things. I mean, success in the entertainment business.
Well, he's really going out on the limb there, saying that Taylor Swift's done great things and had success.
Yes, the Chiefs are playing quite good football. I would say nearly a dynasty. I'm making a lot of hot takes here. That's why I wanted to log into Instagram.
Yep.
It's hard to come by. And Travis Kelce, there's nothing to say there. He's one of the greatest players in history now. And if they have a three-peat,
make a stand, goddamn!
Like, what are we talking about here? You felt the need to record this video? You could have a take at any point in this?
I just wanted to log in to make a little video that Travis Kelce is good at football. Taylor Swift
is popular.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers exists.
All right, so far I agree with all those things. All right, let's see what else he's got.
Players in history now. And if they have a three-peat, great. If they don't, great. Then Philadelphia has something to get excited about. But and Aaron Rodgers, I'm like, okay, the guy came, he wanted to play. Show me where the wrong is here. Show me where the wrong is here, where he deserves to be attacked. Well, whatever you think about people's personalities.
Who's attacking him?
So I think that Aaron Rodgers is so polarizing. People on the left hate his guts because remember the vaccine thing, and he pretended that he was vaccinated, but he wasn't, or whatever it is. And he's done a lot of things since then. So whatever media he's consuming, they're still talking about Aaron. I don't know if he's watching
is there big news like this week about Aaron
Not in my world. Not in my world. Not at all. So
you're talking about some of it's like a year ago with Jimmy Kimmel and all
some
that
of it's 4 years ago. The fucking vaccine and shit. Nah, it's ridiculous.
Hey, man, I've worked in show business for years. And if we got rid of everybody on some personality indices here, they'd be making movies with maybe 5 people.
Wow.
Hey, listen, you want to get rid of every guy that's shot a lady, then fine.
Oh, he can't start the movie because he accidentally shot the camera person. Okay. But he was without shooting someone cast the first stone.
If you don't want actors that call their daughters little piggy girls, then I suppose we should not have The Departed. Is that what you want?
Seriously, does Alec understand what he's saying right here? Has he lost all self-awareness? Just like, yeah, guys, there's jerks in Hollywood, and I'm one of them? Like, yeah. We definitely.
We're all criminally, mentally ill.
Yes, we all do that.
But anyway, Aaron Rodgers.
I like that little smile. He's just having a little fun with it. He's like, there'd be 5 people making these movies. Anyway, I digress.
I'm just being...
Rodgers gave it...
just being a little cute right there.
Just chipping you, babe.
But anyway... Aaron Rodgers gave it a shot. Didn't go so great. So what? He came back at the end of the season, played that one.
I know. He's just like, he goes, hey, if the Chiefs win a three-peat, that's pretty cool. Philadelphia wins, awesome. Philly's a great town. Okay.
No one will see the film Rust. Big deal. Who cares?
Great game. It was fun. It was really thrilling. The Chiefs was fun. I love the Lions. I was rooting for the Bills because I wanted to. I wanted somebody in the snow belt up here to get a title, get a ring.
As I've always said, Alec Baldwin, the greatest actor of our generation. What a great guy! Go Bills! I like that.
No belt,
including the Lions. I love the Lions.
Oh, he just made that less special.
Just anyone in the North. He was.
Yeah, I got excited for a second there. He's like, I was rooting for the Bills. I also like the Lions, and I also like the Chiefs and the Eagles. He's like. All right, well, you're not understanding how football works, but all right.
As long as there's no warm weather where you are, I was rooting for you.
Just hope everyone has fun on the field.
And if Philly wins, that's great for Philly.
Yeah.
If the Chiefs win, that's 3 in a row for them. Great.
Right.
It's all good, And I don't understand why so many people in this country take this as an opportunity to vent all their hatred toward these people that they don't know, who are just out there, providing entertainment. Because sports is the ultimate entertainment. More than any movie, more than any TV show, or play for that matter. I mean, I love
even plays.
Alec, don't go crazy.
You're saying the Super Bowl is better than plays?
Don't say things you can't take back.
All of the above.
Better than hair? Get out of here.
Better than Hamlet? Come on, get out of here with that.
But the thing about sports is you don't know what's going to happen. That's the most thrilling part of it. You
Only the officials know what's going to happen.
don't know how it's going to end. So why doesn't everybody just chill and enjoy it?
Thanks, man. Thanks, brother.
What a message that is. Hey, guys, some people are like fired up because they're Chiefs fans or they're Eagles fans or they don't like Patrick Mahomes. They don't want him to three-peat. And guys, who cares? Whatever's going to happen. Eh?
Alec Baldwin just checking in to say, stop caring about things so much.
Right.
Don't have any passions in life.
What a weird message that is. Because this is a guy who's saying that he loves football and sports. It's the ultimate entertainment source, better than movies and TV shows and plays. It's like, yeah, it's great because you root for your team and you go out to the win. Like, no. I just want to watch a game. I don't care who wins.
And I got to say, I bet like Alec Baldwin's Instagram probably doesn't have a ton of crossover with like Barstool Sports, you know? Like he's not, I don't think like like people that scream when the Jets lose, I don't think are necessarily following Alec Baldwin on Instagram.
Probably not. Yes, good point. While we're on Instagram, there's this guy, Keenan Bank. We've talked about him before.
He's a delight.
A lot of Canadians on the show today.
Oh, yeah.
So Keenan Bank is a Canadian who wants credit for good deeds at all times, even when the good deeds are just leaving a generous tip, which is usually what the good deed is.
You should make a video every time you tip someone.
Yeah, he needs full credit. Watch him sign his name underneath it. Wow.
Yeah.
So this is a different one right here. He's promoting a product, it seems like.
Yes.
All right, let's see what he's doing.
You want to solve a math problem for 20 bucks?
I mean, I can just solve it.
You're that smart?
3, 6, 1.
All right, let me explain what the math problem is. It's 6 divided by 2 times, in parentheses, 1 plus 2. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So it's
What's the answer?
1.
1?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Are you sure?
fucking idiot!
You have to get the answer right, though, to get 20 bucks.
So he's going, dude, you sure about that? This is like a university student. He's just like, yeah, no, the answer is 1, obviously.
Yeah.
That's not the answer.
Then I failed. Yeah, what's the answer?
I'm actually working with a company. It's called Solvely. And they have this app where you can solve a question like this, like instantly. Take a picture of it.
So
Let's see what the answer
they
is.
profit off of me
yeah, it
telling
is one.
people and making them look like idiots. And then
Yeah,
they
that's
make their money.
That is weird. I wonder if, like, working with the sponsor, they're just like, can you find a guy who looks like he'd be good at math, like maybe Indian or Chinese or something, and show
also,
him this
like,
app?
I got it, so I don't need this app, right? Is that what that means? You know what I mean? Like, well, I guess my point is it's not that great a way to promote the thing. If you go up to someone and they get the problem right, then you're like, oh, well,
okay.
If there's ever a problem you don't get,
You're getting ahead of us. We're getting ahead of us. All right, so he pulls out his phone, he gets this app, and he shows him how to solve this very simple math equation, or math problem, I should say.
App where you can solve a question like this, like instantly. Take a picture of it. So let's see what the answer is. So it looks.
Yeah, it is 1.
Answer's 1.
The brackets needed to be computed first.
I thought it was 9. Well, you win 20 bucks.
It's fine.
It's okay.
I thought it was 9 also.
It is 9.
Oh.
This app sucks.
The app was wrong?
The app is wrong. And so was this guy who said it's 1.
It is 9.
It is 9. That's why I was like, wait, what the fuck is going on here? So it's the worst advertising for this thing possible. It got it wrong. It didn't do the equation in the right order. So anyway, now we've got that out of the way. Let's see what else Keenan has to say.
Oh, all right.
I mean, I don't know, man. Is it okay if you give it to me?
Yeah, that's for you.
Okay.
Absolutely, you would.
Thank you so much.
If you had one message to the world, what would that be?
Hold on. I got a nerd alert.
Oh.
CMOS 4044. Let me just push up my glasses. The division sign is retarded and not used in complex math. Thank you, CMOS 4044.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
All right. Let's So this guy gets $20 Canadian.
Absolutely, you would.
Thank you so much.
If you had one message to the world, what would that be?
Faith in God.
Okay.
And trust the process, no matter what. What app is that? I want to.
It's called Solvely.
You would have given me lesser. Like, I just needed to buy lunch.
Oh, you actually need money to buy lunch?
Lesser.
what are they
Like, I just need $10 to buy lunch.
Hey, buy lunch and a drink. Okay.
You can actually try a free 7-day subscription to Solvely using the code 34567.
Who is paying? Obviously, Solvely, but why would you pay this guy?
Also, Solvely sucks. Like we just
Evidently,
demonstrated,
yeah.
it's not getting the answer right. But also, just giving you the answer doesn't help you at all. Like you can just use Chat GPT. It actually shows the work. It explains why you get to the answer.
Right. It's actually contributing to the destruction of human society.
Correct. Yes. Very, very much so. Yes, I understand that. But yeah, that was a weird video. Now he's got sponsors. He can't have sponsors, right? He's got to be lying about this.
But I assume Solvely is a company that like they don't know he's there's just something where it's like, hey,
right. He's got a
$20
referral
if you
code.
post about us on Instagram or something.
No. I think what happens is he gets a percentage of sales.
Okay, maybe.
Right. So he just puts out this thing and then hopes that people check it out. Real quick, I want to get caught up on a couple of people who are super chatting us.
Yay, super chats.
Starting with Brian D over on our super tip system, supertip.gg/WATP.
Fuck you, and I'm out.
That was just Chad saying, fuck you, and I'm out.
Oh, Chad.
I think that was directed at me, if I'm not mistaken. Jay Loiterer, $5 says, that director trying to copy the R-tard policeman success.
What if that kid started getting like major roles?
I would love it.
The packing the theaters.
Mike, I don't go and see new run movies. It's not my thing. That guy starring in movies, I'm going to see everything he's in.
He's in like a George Washington biopic.
And it's great for me. It's great for me because I can be like, he's a hometown guy. I support Rochesterians, so I'm going out to it. Meanwhile, I'm just giggling at my popcorn the entire time. How do you know when he could do a better, so as the director, and you're like, cut? Do you sit there and go, that's probably what it's going to be?
Right. That's
how many times
are you going to run he's delivering the line?
How many times are you going to run him through a scene before you just go, yeah, it sounds about right.
I need you to sound more confused on this take.
I am confused. I'm confused, I said. All right. That was all we had for people chatting with us. Let's head over to TikTok, if you don't mind.
TikTok's a psyop by the Chinese to fuck up the minds of our youth and some other people too. So let's talk quite a lot about these TikTokers we stalk and know. Oh, TikTok fucking blows.
Mike, you are familiar with Stuttering John's podcast back when you used to have Royce as his co-host. When we first started reviewing him on WATP about, 7 years ago now, 2018. And we're doing a whole series on our Patreon and on YouTube for members that's living in the past with Stuttering John. We go back to his old podcast, 2018, and him and Royce did a prank call with President Trump.
I remember it was a big day in American history.
It was big news that somehow John got through to President Trump. And now Royce, who's now a Disney guy, he makes his living by putting out TikToks about Walt Disney World. And then he has a website where he can help book a trip to Walt Disney World for you. He's kind of a travel agent for Disney in that way.
Who's not capable of that?
I wish I understood this world. I don't.
Would you book this vacation for me, Royce?
I don't understand Disney people at all. But he is going to tell the story of pranking Donald Trump, and he adds some details here I did not know about. So let's see what he has to say about it. And by the way, he's no longer friends with Stuttering John. They have not talked in many years.
It's too bad.
He moved to Florida. Oh, wait, so did John. I think about it. John moved to Florida too. Hold on a second. These two need to meet up again.
Bob Iger help me crank call Donald?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't like the way this just starts up. Okay, let's start from the
How
beginning.
did Bob Iger help me crank call Donald Trump?
Iger?
Yes, it's a true story, and I tell it in its entirety on today's podcast.
One moment, sir. He stepped away from his chair. I'm getting ready to ring his phone right now. Just one moment. Sir, your call is connected. Hi, Bob.
It was during the first term. I'm driving around. running my business, when I decide enough is enough, I need to test the fences and see how absolutely easy it would be to get through to this White House. Sure enough, I was right, and by pretending to be Bob Iger's assistant, I was able to get a return call from the
Yeah.
What is he doing?
This is not how you remember it, is it?
I kept this knowledge to myself, and down the line, I was producing a different podcast when I said, hey, you know what we could do? And the rest is history.
So
I'm actually offended for John.
This is interesting, right? So he does not bring up Stuttering John's name. He doesn't discuss what happened. And John always takes the credit for being able to get in touch with Trump or have him call him back from Air Force One, whatever the story is. Royce had already done it once, and that's why he knew he could do it.
Hold on. Let's not jump the gun here.
Okay.
I think Royce is lying, and the tell is that he has Donald Trump say, hi, Bob, when we know he's talking to who he thinks is Bob Menendez.
Bob Menendez, you're right. He did throw that in there.
Royce is lying, I think.
Oh, okay. Let's listen to the rest of this. Interesting.
So thanks to Bob Iger, I was able to realize that crank calling Donald Trump during his first administration wasn't just possible, but we got it done. And that's how Bob Iger helped me crank call Donald Trump.
So you think he's just looking for a Disney tie-in for his new
I think he's completely lying.
His new platform.
Yeah, and I think that's why he doesn't mention Stuttering John or anything. Now, he can't be so dumb as to think none of us would find this and call him out for it.
Hold on a second. So just because he puts in the hi Bob, which was when Trump thought he was talking to Bob Menendez,
right?
And that was Stuttering John, but he didn't record the first time he called, presumably. So he put that in just to like give you Trump's voice.
Misleading.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And I don't know the media to ever do that. No, you're right. That's a really good point. I watched this and just thought, oh shit, John had nothing to do with this Trump call, and he butchered it. He was terrible on it.
You let your hatred for John, ironically, blind you. I'm the only one who sees through this.
It's not hatred. I just know that he sucks at life.
Yeah.
I'm just aware of his abilities.
No, I think this Royce is a slimy weasel that completely just lied.
Okay. We have to get this video to Stuttering John. He needs to do another emergency show. I mean, the Kate Meanie stuff is one thing, but Royce saying that he had everything to do with this Trump call.
Because I'll say this about John, is at some point in the telling of this story, he would have said, Royce and I both knew Bob Iger a little bit, and he would have thrown Bob Iger's name in there because John loves celebrities. He wouldn't have hidden that bit of information, I don't think.
Yeah, and we're actually in that episode right now, what we're reviewing on Living in the Past with Stuttering John. So I got to listen to that carefully and see if there's any mention of Royce saying he had already done this one time or this is why he knew he could do it.
That would be interesting. I'll take everything back if you find that. But
he would have to say that. You would have to say that.
Of course, yeah.
Why would you leave that part out? You've already made the prank call. It's already done.
I think this is a complete lie, and Royce is embarrassed that he did it with Stuttering John and wants to make it a Disney thing.
Wow.
Yeah. John, I got your back, baby.
All right. Well, if that isn't shocking enough, check this out.
Joe.
I forgot about this. I forgot about this horrible intro.
I just grabbed his own music and made it the stinger because it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Joe Matarese is up on TikTok. Joe's got a bizarre social media strategy.
He can't seem to find a lane.
Well, he's a big Eagles fan, and we have the Super Bowl coming up. So just like Alec Baldwin, he said, all right, it's my time to shine. I got to take to social media, talk about the big game that's coming up this weekend.
Hello, Philadelphia Eagles fans. I wonder if you've had this happen. Huge Super Bowl party. I invite my brother, and this is what he says to me. Come on, Joe. You know I can't go to Super Bowl parties. Why? I get crazy. I'm like, dude, they're all Eagles fans. We're all going to be getting crazy. He's like, I get extra crazy. Look, I need to be in my house, by myself, totally alone.
If this is a true story, and who knows, he's a comedian, whatever, he can do whatever he wants.
Sure, yeah.
Your brother doesn't want to hang out with you, Joe. You're a drip.
Hold on. Don't interrupt him. He's about to say, but didn't you watch Alec Baldwin's Instagram?
I mean, let's just root for a fun game. Who cares?
He told us not to care no more.
He's putting a lot of work into this bit, by the way.
There's
a lot of different shots right here.
It's got me thinking, like, am I not a true Eagles fan? What is this other level of Philadelphia Eagles fans?
You're gonna miss another extra point? Another one? That's why we're gonna lose! You gotta make the extra points!
Is something wrong with you?
What the fuck?
Do you have anybody like this in your family? He needs to be alone. Who are these lunatics?
Who are these people?
Okay. So at the very end of this video that we just watched, it says, come see me live, February 15th, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, joematarese.com for tickets. So he's putting out this video that will be seen by, I don't know, hundreds of people.
Sure.
I would imagine. And hoping there's enough people in the Cherry Hill, New Jersey area that will go, we got to see this guy live.
Well, that's probably why he hashtagged Eagles, hashtag Philly, hashtag.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the only guy who's hashtagging the Philadelphia Eagles. He's got Philadelphia Phillies hashtag on here. What the fuck?
Well, anything Philly.
He's cheating.
That's a very bold take, though. I hear those Eagles fans get rambunctious, but I've never been brave enough to say it.
I mean, is this the lamest thing? You ever meet these football fans that get really into the game? Yeah. Yeah, Joe.
Am I the only one that doesn't go crazy? What's
Also,
going on?
when we saw Joe do stand-up, he was trying to riff on Western New York. He's just like, oh, the Bills, the Bills were still in the playoffs at the time. He's like, oh, the Bills have a game coming up, right? Are they? And then he's like trying to figure out who they're playing and who would be favored in the game and where the game's being played. He wasn't sure if they were playing the Lions. And he's like, wait a second, that's AFC, NFC, right? It's like he has very little understanding, even though he's wearing all the Eagles stuff. He's got the Eagles sign behind him right here. I don't think he understands football at all. And the reason why I say that is not just because of the dumb shit he was saying at the comedy show, but also because his example of someone freaking out about a football game is swearing about missing multiple extra points. Is that what people get so fired up about when they're watching football?
I guess if it happened.
I mean, perhaps, but that's just such a weird example. You know, if the ball hits you in the numbers and you don't make the reception, that's something that a fan would get upset about. We're paying this guy $13 million a year. Hits him in the fucking numbers. Not, we missed 2 extra points. We're going to lose this game with these extra points around here.
Well, until it happens to you.
That's true. That's a good point.
No, Joe's a real man's man, so I believe him.
Okay. God, you're a contrarian today. I want to just point out there, if Kevin Brennan or Chad Zumach is watching the show today, it's not the Agree with Karl show on Who Are These Socials.
Hey, you're damn right.
Not by any stretch.
Holding this guy's feet to the fire.
Yeah, I'm getting challenged over here, and I appreciate it.
I just like the image of Joe making this video where he's like, you missed the fucking kick! And his kids are downstairs like, oh, Dad's doing his TikTok again.
Dad's marketing for his next stand-up gig upstairs. And you know what's funny about that? He's upstairs in the attic yelling this shit. I guarantee he's all sedated and on his fucking drugs during the game and just sipping his whiskey and going, oh, that was a good play.
They're missing another extra point, son.
Oh, he made the extra point. That's good. We're rooting for that, right? Right, guys? Now, you sent me 3 TikToks from Joe.
I did.
The second one you labeled new character.
Oh, yeah.
It's gone.
No.
It's gone.
Oh, but he was doing such good work.
I'm so bummed. I even went on his page to see if maybe you got the link wrong or something. I could find it. He took it down. What happened? What was it?
He's playing Batman, but I think Batman is supposed to be Jewish or something.
He's playing Jew Man? Oh no.
Oh, it's so drafty in here. I can't do a Jewish voice, but
I get it. I get your joke.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, that's too bad.
Yeah.
So he must have got
some finer work. I don't know why he got. That's unlike Joe to get cold feet when he posts something.
That's not true at all. He took down his every podcast he ever made.
No,
He's
I don't
scrubbed
think so.
from the internet.
Well, find it and prove it to me. It's not up anymore.
Dude, that's such a bummer. Yeah, he is staring at his comments and his likes and So he'll take shit down if it's
Here's
not
the thing,
working.
he doesn't get that many comments.
I know.
Like if he gets one he doesn't like, he's like, I guess no one liked that. I guess I'll
Well,
take it down.
You've seen him when he's walking around the street doing his live stream, and he'll just read one thing and be like, "Oh, Bill is saying I shouldn't even be talking about this, huh? Is that right, Bill? So you don't think I should be talking about this at all then,
Yeah.
Bill?"
I remember I got in his live stream once, and I was
Yeah.
one of like 8 people or whatever it was, 35 if it was a good day. And like I get in there and I'm talking to him, and I'll answer one question, and I'll be like, "All right, I'm not answering this blind. You know, guys, I think I gotta get out of here." And it's like, well, you can either react to me or ignore me. It's up to you. You don't have to run away, Joe.
Everything gets in his head.
Yeah.
Everything becomes a mind fuck for this guy. All right. Well, unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to see that video, but there's a third video here.
All right.
So we'll enjoy a little bit more Joe Matarese.
Someone recently asked me what's my favorite joke of my own that never seems to really work. It's a joke.
I call bullshit. No one, absolutely no one.
All of them, for some reason, I can't get them to work, even though I think they're brilliant.
Absolutely no one asked him, what's your favorite joke that doesn't go over well?
Mr. Matarese, if I may.
That's not a question someone asks. You know, it's funny. Someone recently asked me, Mike, how I'm so good at handling adversity.
Oh, what did you say? It's a normal question.
This joke about my grandma. She used to say, Joe, you would have been such a great welder. I'm like, listen, I need
Another
a lot
thing
of
that didn't
attention.
happen.
My grandma used to say, Joe, you would have been such a great welder.
Yeah.
Has he ever welded in his life? Like, why would she say that?
Come on. He seems like that kind of a guy, doesn't he?
Because of you, welders don't get attention unless they screw up all their welds, right? A good weld goes unnoticed. A bad weld, the bridge collapses. Let's get Joe on the phone. I don't want that attention. Did it once in front of a room full of welders. I swear to God, it got the Rudy slow clap, and then it went into a applause break.
You swear to God, Joe?
Never works.
If there's a God, you really want to swear to him that happened?
Okay.
That there was a slow, my God, he's done it. Welders unite!
I have so many questions about this. So many questions. Because why would that be his favorite joke, first of all? It's not a good joke.
Well, it's his favorite joke that he can't get to work, so he really only has a small pool of his jokes to choose from.
That's true. Most of his jokes go over really well. Yeah. But it just so happens, this joke that never works worked amazingly well to the point where they had him up, the crowd put him up on their shoulders and walked him down the alleyway like a parade route because he was so amazing. But this is his example of a joke that doesn't work.
Well, it's like, did you ever see that Talking Funny thing on HBO with
Yes.
Ricky Gervais, Chris Rock, Louis, and Seinfeld? And they say on there, give me a room full of welders, and I'm a happy man. They say, give me 400 or 500 welders, and that's all I need for a good night of comedy.
Every comic knows that. They're like, or if it's a janitor convention, I can talk about the ass crack hanging out. I'm good. I'll take this down.
Yo, welders in the audience. How many welders I got out there?
But imagine, though, having a story that starts with, this joke never goes over well, right? That's how the story started.
Yeah.
Here's a joke that never goes over well. And by the end of it, it's a triumph. Wait, how did we get here?
One time I was a hero.
Yeah, right.
I swear to God.
It's so stupid. All right. We got to talk a little bit about our buddy Dan Alexander.
Sitting in my mobile coffee shop, making videos about my transvestite children for TikTok.
It's one of my favorite jingles. I really love that one. All right. I came across this video. I was pulling some stuff for the Drew Lane show this week. And I kind of thought the same thing that you did because you just wrote what? This is a short one.
Okay.
This is just a reminder that if the way you love your neighbor makes them afraid or not want to be on this earth anymore, that's not love. Don't pray for them. Stand with them. Show them real love. or get out of their way.
Who is that too?
Okay. First time I watched it, I was clueless.
Okay.
I had to go through the comments to see
Hey,
what
kids,
people
don't
were
rape
saying.
your neighbors.
Dude, you know what he's explaining right here?
What?
He's explaining living next to Christians. He's like religious people.
Like love thy neighbor?
Yeah. Except for he thinks that, so we know he's got a huge problem with Christianity. The way he was raised, like he's got a big bee in his bonnet about that.
Yeah.
And so in his world, if you're a Christian, then you're oppressing his children.
Right. But where did that come from? Just out of the blue?
That's completely out of the blue. Well, here's what I want to say to this. I'm not a Christian, okay? I wasn't raised in religion, whatever.
I just hate trans people.
Can someone... No, that's not where I was going with that, Mike. But I like where you're thinking. Can someone please put this guy in Afghanistan for a week so he can see, like, yeah, maybe the religious people across the street don't love that your kids are trans, or
brothers.
Maybe they're not at the Pride Parade every June. It's possible they're not participating in that, but they're pretty fucking tolerant of your shit, idiots.
You think they might do in the Middle East? They might do a little more than roll their eyes at a gay pride bumper sticker.
Yeah, you know, remember that story where they were chucking coffee through the window because of his trans stickers? Replace a machine gun with a coffee.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. All right, so this is great. Let's get back to the art studio, which is no longer an art studio, as we all know.
No, it's a mug emporium.
It's a fucking factory at this point.
So I pulled this mug out of the kiln this morning and I was so excited about it. I was so proud of it. This is one of my favorite mugs that I've ever made. I'm so freaking proud of the work that I did. And I was so incredibly proud to put this on my shelf at my mobile coffee shop, put it out for sale, and just show it off.
My.
Mm-hmm.
People, let people see the work that I've done. And somebody bought it right away, and I was so mad. I mean, not...
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, Dan, take my money. I need this mug.
Too late, pal.
Why don't I own this mug? Damn it.
One of one.
I'm really mad, but like, oh man, I wish it had sat there just a little bit longer because I'm so proud of this piece. This just makes me feel good. When I make something that makes me feel good, I want to be able to show it off to people. I want to be able to be proud of something. And if it's sold, it's gone already. Okay, so the reality is I need to be able to pay the bills for the art studio and keep the lights on for the art studio, and I need to finish some renovations so I can allow more kids in there and get the space more accessible and support more local kids in the community. But when you're really proud of something, it's really hard to let it go. And as an artist, sometimes it's just really hard to let your work go. There's no moral to this story. I just feel lucky that this is the life that I get to live. I get to help and support kids, and I get to make things that I love. And I hope you love it too. Have a wonderful day.
I've taken a break on the supporting kids, but
yeah, right. Let me remind everyone, 3/4 of the way into this, that it's about the children. Is it? Because Mike brilliantly pointed out, he said, I, me, I 58 times.
I've made the world's greatest mug.
Can I point out a couple of things that were just obvious to me? Either make another one of those or don't put it for sale.
Can't you make like... I don't know how mug making works, but don't you just have a template where you could make like 10 of those in a row if you wanted to?
Well, it's not a template because they are made individually with that stupid thing with the movie Ghost. Whatever.
But I'm saying, like, is he talking about the design on it that makes it great?
It was the design. Yeah.
Yeah, so just do that again, no?
Right. Just do it again. Make more of those. You like that one? Do it again.
Yeah.
Or if you'll never do that again, keep it. Keep that one.
Right, if it's so great.
Yeah, just save it.
Oh, this is the best mug. I'm so mad I have to make money on it.
So stupid. But no, it's all about the children. Remember that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, obviously.
This guy is such a narcissist. All right. Here is interesting information about his personal life. Here's a little tidbit we didn't know about.
Yeah, this is so I to set this up.
Yeah.
We know he's been with his partner now. I thought for longer than he says here, but I guess not. And then remember, he has that evil bitch ex-wife.
Oh,
that he hates.
his ex-wife, the mother of his 2 gay and trans children, is a narcissist.
Yeah.
And dealing with her is a problem, but he's an amazing dad, and he does everything he can for these kids.
Yeah, so that bitch mother, that had to be a while ago, right? Because I believe his oldest kid is in like high school.
Correct.
Or around there.
Oh, yeah.
So this is where I was like, oh, wait, there's a third relationship?
Yeah.
That was supposed to be for life that Daniel talks about like this?
Let's find out.
So 5 years ago, I was engaged to a woman, somebody completely different than the love of my life, the woman I'm with now. And I used to hate seeing those Google Photos updates pop up with 5 years ago today, because I saw pictures of her and her kids, and it reminded me of the times that I had that were good, but it also reminded me of the mistakes that I made.
This guy made mistakes? Wait, did he vote for a Republican once? I wonder what he's talking about here. He seems very distraught about it.
No, one time someone said they were transitioning, and he thought for a second about how he felt about it. And that
oh my God, I'm going to faint.
Yeah. But he's learned from that, and he's grown.
Okay. Oh, thank God. Okay. Jeez.
At that point in my life, I was seeking happiness, and if you're not looking through the lens of hope in your life, then the only other option in a vacuum is fear. And I was afraid. I was afraid that her kids wouldn't have a good male role model like me.
Wow. Okay, if there's never been a statement he's ever said that proves he's a narcissist more than that. He goes, I was engaged to this woman who wasn't right for me, but I did it out of fear. And you're going, okay, I'm following this.
Yeah, you're being a person.
I'm following this so far, right? Yeah. And he goes, I'll tell you what I was afraid of. I was afraid those fucking kids wouldn't have an amazing father like me if I didn't marry their mother. What? What an asshole. Holy shit, dude.
You spring awake at night. Jenny Jingles is like, Carl, what's wrong? You're like, I just realized there are children without me as a father.
I have multiple exes who have children. I've never once thought those poor kids, they're really missing out on what could have been. That's crazy. Holy shit. Dan, are you listening to yourself?
I think he does. You know the old trope of like I have a stepdad that I do consider my dad, but he was never like, hey, I'm your dad now. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's pretty standard for a stepfather to come into your life and be like, hey, listen, I'm not trying to replace your dad, that whole cliche thing. Daniel seems to be the opposite, where he's like, no, call me daddy.
Yep.
Call me papa. I'm your dad now.
Or you could call me better dad, or favorite dad, or superhero dad.
Dad one. Whatever you prefer.
Yeah, that's right, because the shoe fits. The reason why his channel's named that is because like he's a superhero to his kids.
Oh,
remember that whole story?
The superhero was named The Shoe Fits.
He came back from, if I'm remembering this right, he came back from some type of convention, and he says, okay, kids, now that you're all wound up with all this sci-fi superhero stuff, go ahead and draw your favorite superhero. And both of them drew him.
What are the odds?
Anyway, I'm sorry. Let's get back to this ridiculous shit.
Afraid that my kids wouldn't have a good female role model, and I was afraid of being
I didn't pick up on this the first time. His first two fears, that her kids wouldn't have a great male role model, a great father figure. His second fear is that his kids wouldn't have a good mother, completely calling out his ex-wife the mother of his children. Like, we got to get you away from that bitch.
You need a real mommy.
Wow, what a thing to say. Okay, whatever.
And I was afraid of being alone. That one's sort of the hardest to admit to.
That's the only real one.
That's the only one people can relate to.
Yes, that's what we all thought. That's where we all thought you were going when you said I got engaged and I was afraid. That's what we thought.
It's very hard to admit I have probably the most common thought in human history.
Yes.
I don't want to die alone.
I also thought, will this woman find a guy with as big a penis as me ever again? Well, when do I be able to please her the way that I do in the sack? Will she never orgasm for the rest of her life?
And if I'm only satisfying her, so many other ladies are unsatisfied.
A lot of fears going on in my head over here. That's all.
And today I had a 4 years ago today thing pop up, and it was of my sweetheart, and it was sort of an amazing reminder that I needed to go through all that tough stuff. The love of my life, the woman that makes me whole, well, she is incredible. And without all of the hard stuff, I don't know if I'd appreciate her as much. I'm sure I probably would, because she's amazing.
I mean, he's saying as much as Alec Baldwin did. That's a good thing I went through all this shit, 'cause I don't know if I'd appreciate her. I mean, I would, because she's great, and I do appreciate her, and I would either way. But you know what I'm saying. Nothing.
Here,
You're saying
I'm here
nothing.
to say, love your wife and your children, folks. Taking a bold stance.
If you're going to shoot someone, make sure it's a coworker, not your spouse.
And listen, that's a great message to his wife. I don't know why he's telling us about it, but like, you should say all this stuff to your wife, and you should think it if you're in a happy relationship.
Yeah.
I would say to Daniel, I would caution him and say, hey, if you had a TikTok 5 years ago, you probably would have made the same video about the person you were with then. So maybe stop making these people your entire world and putting all that pressure on them and making them live up to it. That's an idea.
It's funny you say that, because in my notes underneath this link, I wrote, I can't wait for the video 5 years from now. When he's going, oh my gosh, I was with this woman who's a total dirtbag.
I was with a worthless bitch, and I had these fears that her children wouldn't have a good enough stepfather.
Like, yeah, what are you doing, man? It's fucking weird. It's weird to bash exes and praise. We just did the WTP this week was about Whitney Cummings and her current boyfriend and how lovey-dovey they are. This guy, Chris Cole, professional skateboarder.
Yeah. Did you get into the controversy?
Oh,
about
yeah.
them? Yeah.
We played the interview with the ex-wife talking about how he almost killed her and like all this crazy shit.
Yeah.
And then Whitney being like, he's so great, isn't he? Oh, he's
They're
so
lying.
Yeah, right. It's crazy. But I don't understand people. I've had friends, and I'm not friends with them anymore, but I've had acquaintances who they start up a Facebook account that's a dual account.
Oh.
You're just like, okay, you people are fucking nuts.
Yeah.
This is not your identity. Stop it. What are you
No,
doing?
it's usually the people that project like that are in bad relationships.
Oh, yeah.
In 5
For sure.
years, he'll be saying, I just woke up at night in terror that her children wouldn't have an art studio. Imagine a world like that.
Do her kids like art? No, but I was going to explain to them why ceramics is the way to go.
The power of mugs. What are you going to drink your coffee out of? A cup? Like an idiot?
But I don't know if I would appreciate anything like I do right now. I live a life that I love because I went through the hard stuff, because I dealt with the hard stuff, and because I survived the hard stuff, not because my life's been easy. So never forget, even in the worst of times, some really amazing things come from it.
Inspirational.
Really is.
I'm really inspired by that. Thanks, Dan.
Do you think he like powerfully nods when he thinks of those little one-liners to end the video? He's like, yes, that'll inspire someone today.
You know, what if I told people like, yeah, you're going to go through some hard times, but that's going to make you better in the end. Has anyone ever thought that or said that out loud before? Can I be the first one to inspire people with that? Horse shit.
It would be amazing to see his tally. Like, if someone truly came to me for whatever reason and said, Mike, you changed my life for the better.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, holy shit, what are you talking about? That's crazy. Daniel has like a long list of people he's done that to.
Oh, I think he thinks it numbers in the tens of thousands.
And well, that's what I was going to say is like,
yeah,
person to person, he has a lot of those, but I think he counts, at least 100 per TikTok.
We literally played a video where he goes, my videos have been seen by 1 million people, which means I have inspired 1 million people. Like, he literally did a 1-to-1 correlation.
100% success rate.
Yeah, right. Like, none of them were clowning me or went, no, this isn't for me, next video. All of them It changed their lives. We have one more Dan Alexander before we do that.
Yay, super chats.
Let me get caught up real quick with Turbo 7049. I haven't seen Turbo in a minute. He says, it's 1 for you, Arsler. 6 divided by 2 times 1 plus 2. Brackets are first before left to right. Another way to handle the brackets are to multiply the numbers inside the number outside individually. 6 divided by 2 plus 4 equals 6. Divided by 6 is 1. You're incorrect. So the brackets are around the 1 plus 2. So the first thing you have to do is the 1 plus 2.
Yes.
Then division and multiplication go in left to right.
Right.
So, this is not a difficult problem to solve. I'm very surprised people are having a hard time with it. But I understand why some people would think it's 1, because the brackets around 1 plus 2 would throw you off. But you have to put the brackets around the 2 and the 1 plus 2 within those brackets. Anyway, the point is,
Solvably says it's 1, and I'm inclined to believe it.
that's not the point. But thank you very much. We should do more math on the show. It gets people talking.
It does.
Because CMOS 4044, who I called out for talking about the way that they use the divided by sign, says, roasted by Karl. I guess I should be thankful. Great show as always, gentlemen.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you very much, CMOS 4044. And honestly, I got to start calling people out more often. It turns into money for us, apparently.
Yeah.
Wes Little, $5 says, hey, sweet boys, love you cock meat sandwiches. Yeah, Wes sent me a video. It almost made the cut. I had it in my notes. I got very excited about a train going by in the UK. Wes, keep sending in your suggestions. I appreciate that. Email them, watpshow@gmail.com. And of course, there's always the Discord. I get a lot of the content for the show from that. Goatmelp has been a member for 12 months. Thank you. Worst thing about TikTok is people turning their cameras on, then begin doing a task, like Dan and his clay. This whole, I didn't hear you come in. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I didn't see you there.
I played a video on Drew Lane's show of Woke Dad this week, where he's tooling on his little mug and he's working on the design on the bottom of it, and he's telling his whatever horseshit story. And then at the end of the video, 38 seconds later, he turns the thing over and it's a completed art piece that he's done.
Oh my God.
It's like, dude, you obviously had that done and then pretended to be tinkering with it while you were talking just to show off the art piece. We know how this works. We all have a phone in our pocket, you idiot. Asshole. All right, you ready for another tall tale?
Oh, I'd love it.
From this guy, he does.
Oh, this is a good one, if I remember.
He makes up some stories.
He had a few this week, but this was the cream of the crop.
I agree with you.
So 2 guys just got into a fight out in front of my coffee shop, and I know both of these guys. They're both regulars here. I see them every day, and I know that they've been friends for a very long time, and I know that they have very different ideas about how the world should work. And it was kind of funny because I saw them parked behind the truck, now one on each side. One was on his way out, and they rolled down their windows, and they were talking for a second. And then I heard the guy who was about to pull up say, how are those cheap gas prices and cheap groceries going, you asshole? And the other guy goes, it takes time. This type of stuff takes time. Besides, the president doesn't have anything to do with that stuff. And the first guy said something along the lines of, now you understand causation and correlation, you fucking idiot. Now's what it takes. Why didn't you know that before you voted for him, you fool?
Just a couple of regular guys.
Oh my God. I hear this conversation every time I go to the grocery store.
Just a couple of hardworking Joes.
Yeah, this is the conversation that I hear going back and forth. I mean, this
causation
is so
without correlation. You son of an onion.
And started yelling at each other, right in each other's faces. And I mean, honestly, knowing the two of them, it's not a surprise. They're going to kiss and make up later on.
That's how they are. Yeah.
But it's sort of a microcosm of the society we live in right now, isn't it?
My favorite part about the argument that he witnessed and didn't film for some reason is that the guy who won it agrees with Dan's political views.
It's crazy.
Isn't that amazing?
It just works out all the time. I'm starting to think that's just the smarter side to be on.
Obviously, because he goes, this dumb guy, this Neanderthal gets out, he's dragging his knuckles, and he goes, Trump! And then the other guy goes, actually, sir, what you're not understanding about this election is that there are ways to decide.
If I may, for one moment.
He's such an it's so transparent. This guy's such an asshole.
And then, of course, the Trump guy said, now I understand things.
Oh, I wish I could go vote again. I would have done it differently. Thanks for changing my mind. I swear, Mike, I can't remember a time that I witnessed two people having a heated political debate out in public anywhere.
Well, it's such, like, in action movies or like sci-fi movies, they always have the trope of like the two working class guys that are like, hey, case of beer for every alien we kill, or something like a way Hollywood thinks guys on a construction site would talk.
Yep.
That's what Daniel Alexander is doing, where he's like, these are just a couple of regular guys saying, hey, causation without correlation, asshole. Yeah, that's how they talk on the job site.
You're right. Dan doesn't have real human interactions with people.
No.
That's why every story, holy shit, I don't know if we've ever talked about this before. I'm realizing this now. Every story he tells is he went to the store, a customer came by, he was in his car and overheard a conversation. It's never, I was at my friend. Yeah, it's never, I was at my friend's house. We were watching the game together, or we were at a dinner party.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? It's never like a social interaction where he's invited to be there or he's out with friends or something.
I will say, in Daniel's defense, I suspect in his group of friends, there probably aren't a lot of people who would walk in and go, hey, MAGA dickweeds.
Hold on. You got me chuckling at group of friends. Hold on a second. That's pretty good stuff, Mike. I don't know if you make a mental note or jot it down when you come up with something for your act, but
thank you. I appreciate it.
Add that in there. That's pretty good stuff right there. We are running long. I want to hit some voicemails and get out of here. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Oh, Rocco RB coming in saying they were fighting in the back of his coffee shop. I know. Yeah. It's none of this is real. He makes up all this shit.
In back of his coffee shop, by the trailer hitch.
Right. I mean, we've seen he's just in the middle of a parking lot somewhere, but these people are getting out and fighting with each other for some reason. I should mention real quick before we hit these voicemails that if you like Blind Mike, and who doesn't, he will be on Who Are These Podcasts this Saturday.
Yes.
You can watch it live if you're on our Patreon or if you're a member on this YouTube channel, or it'll come out as a podcast Sunday. You can listen to the audio version once that's out. I'm looking forward to it. Always good to have you on WATP.
As always, fun to be on.
And are you going to be doing Blind Mike Project this Sunday morning?
Of course. Every Sunday at 10 a.m.
Every Sunday. How dare you say that?
Except for the ones that I don't. But.
Right. You got a Super Bowl spectacular? What are you tackling this weekend?
Yes. America's #1 pregame show. We'll probably talk about some of the John and Rob Saul stuff.
Oh, yeah. You got to.
Brian Callen was on with my boy Matan Evan. Who knows what else we'll get into. The usual wackiness.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Let's hear what the people are saying. If you want to call into the show, whoarethese.com, get our voicemail number. Just let us know that it is for Who Are These Socials.
Hey, this is for WATS for Mike. Mike, I was listening to the Blind Mike Project where you're talking about the whole freaking, I forgot his name, the guy that shot the guy. He's already forgotten, you know. I was laughing my ass off in the car, and I look up and there's this really sad homeless guy with a sign that says, my family, poor, something along those lines. I don't remember that either. I got fucking memory problems. But he saw me smiling, and I felt so bad. All right, well, that's all I wanted to say. Bye. Bye, Karl.
All right, bye.
Well, sir, I very much appreciate it. I will say I have no fucking idea what he's talking about.
Something about Alec Baldwin? Like a guy who shot a guy that you were laughing about? I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, the point is this. The guy was laughing at your show, as we all
Thank
do.
you, buddy.
It's a great show. We love Blind Mike, especially his Alec Baldwin impression. We all love that.
Sure, yes.
So he's laughing at this, and he looks up and he's giggling. And he's looking at a homeless guy who can't afford food for his family. He's still giggling.
All right, well, thank you, bud. Oh,
It's a
maybe he
good
means
story.
Craig. Maybe that's who he's thinking of.
No, he was laughing.
Oh, okay, that's a good point. Yeah, that's fair.
We played a video on this show last week. I have to say, my buddy Drew Lane reached out to me. He's like, Karl, you have to bring it to my show. And then he couldn't contain himself. He already played it before I came on. But the lady who was yelling wetback at the Mexican guys.
Oh, gee, yeah, that was a good one.
That was fun.
Hey, Karl, this is for WATS. I'm really upset about that bit you did about the lady saying slurs to the valet. I got me a friend who's Latino.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? He works hard out here, man. And all he wants is to have a good life with a blonde, blue-eyed woman who will call him slurs and verbally and physically abuse him. And you know how much harder it's going to be for him to find that now that this bitch is being dragged for doing it out in public? He's never going to get a woman to do that to him.
That sucks.
And I feel for him. I almost feel bad about calling ice on him, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. Don't call me back.
It's Trump's America, after all, of course.
Mm-hmm.
This super tip just came in from Turbo7049, who's still arguing with us about this math
There's
equation.
a good chance he's right and that we're idiots.
All right, well, let's see this. It says for $10, so I'm taking it seriously. He says, it's called the distributive property. You distribute what's outside the parentheses across what's inside. Look it up. I'll be in Vegas. $100 bet. It's
Hey, might be
one.
right.
I don't think that's true because you would put... Because
why would the software says one? We're arguing with computers.
Well, hold on a second, though. The parentheses have 1 plus 2. If you don't have the parentheses there, you would divide the 2 by 1.
Right. That's what I thought as well.
So you need the 1 plus 2 in order to say, okay, we're dividing that by 3. Whatever the number was. I'm messing that up. Or multiplying it by, multiplying it by 3.
Yeah, I think you're right. But that
You
I
put the
thought
parentheses
it was
around the 2, and then you put it around the other side too, if that was the first thing you wanted to do.
Hey, who gives a shit, huh? That's what I said.
No, I want to argue math.
We live in a time where I can just say, hey, Alexa, solve this math problem for me.
No shit. One more voicemail on here.
Yeah, this is the Ben C.
By the way, who knew the most controversial thing on our show would be a math problem?
I know.
We've never had so much follow up and questions about something. Maybe we should rethink this whole show.
We just do Sudoku every
I'm,
episode.
I'm thinking trigonometry in February, geometry in March.
Yeah, that's not bad.
All right.
Yeah, this is the Ben C. Calling in for who are these socials, just to get a hat tip to the great pre-banter today.
Yeah.
You guys, best in the business. I'll say it, always say it.
Thank you, buddy.
Also, in regards to the Daniel Alexander woke dad sales tax use, this guy is a business owner. He knows that these sites take care of the sales tax. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Right.
What Woke Dad is doing is speaking to people who don't own a business, who aren't smart enough to look it up and understand themselves, and is trying to get them to sympathetically give him money directly, period. There's no way that he's looked into any online sales platform and thinks, oh, I have to know every state tax law in 50 states and countries and pay for this myself because these silly platforms never thought of this themselves. Oh boy. Anyway, you guys are dumb.
I totally agree with that. When he was explaining that he couldn't go on Etsy because he had to figure out what sales tax was, like, that's not a thing. Anyone who sells online is not then trying to calculate the sales tax and give it to the state government.
I also agree. Why did that end with weird dumb?
Well,
I thought we were three guys agreeing.
That part, I was like, okay, he's got a point there. But Chaos Queen, I'm going to put up Chaos Queen's free chat here. She says, I went to high school with Karl. That is true. We graduated in the same class, from the same school. He was too busy smoking pot to learn PEMDAS and FOIL and all the other crap.
Righteous brother.
No, I did smoke too much pot in high school. I'll give you that. But I learned math long before I learned about pot. So this was, I was taking calculus at that point.
Cool and smart.
I'm just saying.
How did you do it?
I'm just saying. Oh, fuck off, everyone. This is the last time I debate math. Not going to be a math debater. Go back to
I will be honest. I don't know why I so staunchly was like, no, we're right. Because I have no fucking idea.
I think we're right.
I thought you did the parentheses first. But these guys...
I listen, I want every voicemail to be about this math problem. Were we right or were we wrong?
All right,
somebody
new
look
show
it up.
format.
Somebody look it up. How about us versus the apps? We'll do a new thing where we take on apps and see if we're smarter than them.
Someone bring the equation on the board in Goodwill Hunting next
Yes, we'll figure that out. Mike, strap in. We got an 18-hour show we got to do. It's going to take some time. Oh, boy. I'm going to get tripped up by a first derivative. I know for a fact. It's been a while. Mike, people should go to, if they're done with their calculator and solving math equations, then hop on a browser and go to blindmike.net.
Yes. It's where all my links are. You can go watch or listen to Why You Laughing on all podcast platforms. We just had, we did I guess you could call it an album review of Jerry Seinfeld's I'm Telling You for the Last Time. It was really more of a therapy session for me. I realized, I think I held a lot of resentment that should be placed on my father for Jerry Seinfeld.
Wow, okay. I got to check this out.
It was a cathartic episode.
Nice.
So go check it out. And like I said, Blind Mike Project is live Sunday at 10 a.m. Watch that with us on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube right now, pop over to the Blind Mike Project channel, like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff helps the algorithm. Thank you, guys.
And I'll just say, whoarethese.com is where you want to go for all things Who Are These Podcasts, Who Are These Socials, Who Are These Broadcasters. As I mentioned earlier, tune into this YouTube channel. It's at Karl WATP on YouTube. Subscribe, like, hit notification bell. We're always putting out new episodes and segments and things like that. But this Sunday, during the Super Bowl halftime show, you can tune in for some brand new content coming out of the Who Are These Broadcasters guys. I'm on there. Shuli's on there, watching a whole new cameo from Stuttering John that no one's ever seen before. So you'll want to check that out. And if you want to see more Who Are These Podcasts, and why wouldn't you? I would recommend you go to patreon.com/Who Are These Podcasts. Sign up there. You get to watch the shows live. You get the links to that. And you also get 2 bonus episodes every single month that we put out.
And I'm on the next episode.
And Mike is going to be there. Yes. If you want to watch us Saturday live, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. Well, let's get the fuck out of here. Are you ready?
Have the day you deserve.
Anyway, social media, I'll catch you later, man.
Who are these socials?
That's what this audience wants to hear. Like, whoa!
Who are these socials?
I'm the one who should apologize. Folks, what you were about to see is real.
With Karl.
Okay, we got it.
And Blind Mike.
Who could have thought of that?